Hey, what's going on, movie lovers? I'm Jeff.
I'm Kyle.
And we are Shut Up, I Like This, podcast where we talk about how much we like movies. And I say it differently every week, but god damn it, we love movies.
We do. We do.
They're fun, good things to do. You don't have to be an asshole about them.
No. It's a good day to talk about movies, too. It's raining outside here.
It's kind of a gloomy day.
Yeah, but, and it's a perfect day to sit in the basement and talk about film. I mean, the studio. The Shut Up, I Like This studio, which is totally not a basement.
Right, not a basement at all. No. So before we open up, we do Doom. We do everything we normally talk about. I just wanted to share some stuff that I just been kind of doodling. So if you're listening right now, I'll try to describe it. So for giveaways and stuff, I've been thinking about doing this for a while, but I've kind of gotten back into drawing again. Again, you can see the Nightwing here, and then second one, a little bit more detail.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah, the Wonder Woman one. I think it got a little bit better. Kind of getting back into it.
Sure.
Doing what I like. So I'm thinking for giveaways and stuff. So like if I was doing one for Doom, I'd draw, like one of the demons or something.
Pinky Demon or an imp or something.
Something cool and
or the Doom Slayer.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
If we were doing Silent Hill, I'd do Pyramid Head. Something awesome.
Are we gonna do Silent Hill?
I would love to.
Is that a good Halloween? That's a good Halloween time movie to do Silent Hill.
So just keep an eye out for that. I'd like to do a giveaway one. I think they're kind of cool.
I think that's cool stuff. I know I would enjoy getting one, a Batman one or something.
That's the first thing you told me. Yep.
A Green Lantern.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah.
Lots of whites and bring out oh man. So just keep an eye out for that. I think maybe not for next week. Next week we're doing Extinction, the Netflix original film.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone wants artwork for that. I haven't seen the movie yet.
Right. So I don't think that's going to be a good... But I mean, looking ahead, we've kind of got some ideas, and I think those will be better ones to do an image for.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that, and I think
Cloverfield was one
cool. Cloverfield we
tossed
cool.
around.
Yeah.
I don't know what the ratings for the first movie is,
have to look,
but I would almost bet that the first Cloverfield is Shut Up, I Like This worthy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd say it'd be close. I think it'd be a lot closer than we think, especially now, because I think maybe
that's brought it up.
I don't know. That'd be interesting to look at.
I don't remember. Did we do the third one? Cloverfield Paradox?
No, we never did.
We talked about it, but we never got around to it. We should do Cloverfield Paradox.
Yeah, that
would be a fun one too.
I'd love to do all the Cloverfields.
Yeah. Maybe we should just start an order.
Yeah, maybe we should just do Cloverfield month.
Yeah. Cloverfield month and something else.
Yeah, Extinction.
One other J.J. Abrams thing.
There we go.
Yeah.
What's Chronicle? Is that J.J.? Or no?
I don't remember, but I liked Chronicle a lot.
Yeah, I like Chronicle.
Chronicle is underrated.
Chronicle fits right in there with Cloverfield.
I like found footage movies in general, but Chronicle was one that found a really clever way of making it found footage, because the kid could levitate things, and so just the idea, like halfway through the film, where he's just levitating the video camera around him all the time, was a fun way to kind of make it stop being so shaky.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and then you could do more traditional kind of like pulled back shot. That Chronicle is a really good, fun film.
Michael B. Jordan, Dane DeHaan.
Like right before Michael B. Jordan kicked off into who he is today.
I love me some Michael B. Jordan. Yeah. Dane DeHaan's great too. I don't remember the other kid, but so let's get into Doom before we get too far into this. So this is episode 43. We're talking about Doom. I watched the unrated version. I think you did too.
Yeah, we're both terrible people and watched it online. Folks, I own the DVD. If you own it, it's okay to find an illegal stream.
I watched it on Amazon.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I a lot of these I'll watch on like Fandango now, or just so I can get better screen grabs.
Sure.
And actually, if you're watching right now, I am for sure putting it behind us. The first-person shooter scene's going on right behind us.
That was cool.
I recorded the whole scene. There's no sound, so it's okay. So Rotten Tomatoes has this at 19%,
Ooh,
which
that's
is
low.
really low. Audience is a little bit higher at 34%, so about 1 in 3.
Yeah,
I think that's about right.
yeah. We had this discussion where we keep finding movies that have unrated cuts that neither of us have seen the unrated cuts before.
Mm-hmm.
And they end up being a lot better. Spoiler alert, when movies can say fuck and show boobies and be more brutal, they tend to be better films.
Yeah.
Here's another example of, I don't know...
A lot of F-bombs.
Yes, I don't know what the theatrical cut for Doom was, but the unrated cut is a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder if they would have just released this in the first place, if it would have had a higher score than 19%.
What?
Probably.
I mean, this is unrated, but the theatrical release is probably still R, right? Or was it PG-13?
I don't know.
It might have been.
Do you want me to look really quick?
Yeah, sure. I almost bet it might have been PG-13.
I would almost think so.
So while you're looking up that, I'm going to just list off some of the cast real quick. So I mentioned maybe a week or two ago talking about Pinky with somebody. He is Dexter Fletcher, most notably from Band of Brothers. It was R?
Yeah, 2005 R.
Really? Why wouldn't they... What's in the unrated cut?
Well, there's more, because I don't remember all the fuck. Like, The Rock says fuck a lot.
I don't remember that in R, though.
Yeah, but I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
That would stick out in my mind a little bit.
I don't remember it. I would have thought it was PG-13.
Yeah.
I definitely don't remember all the fucks.
I don't know. There was more to this cut than what I had seen previously. That's for sure.
2 more times. It's 46 fucks, and that's fucked up, right?
Was that Eminem?
I'll go home. No.
I don't know.
Limp Bizkit.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, no.
Fred Durst, Eminem. They're like 1A, 1B in terms of rapper. We should move on.
Jesus Christ. So I mentioned Dexter Fletcher. He's most notably from Band of Brothers, which is one of the greatest miniseries of all time.
Yeah.
Love Band of Brothers.
Yeah.
So anybody who's in Band of Brothers, I immediately see anywhere else. Talk a little bit about Richard Brake.
Yeah, he was my go-to guy that I really enjoyed in this film. Rob Zombie fans, you'll recognize him as Doomhead from Rob Zombie's 31.
I still need to watch it.
You should.
Yeah, it's still in the plastic wrap.
Yeah. I think today, with it being rainy, is a good horror movie day. I think I'm going to watch Lords of Salem and 31 tonight. I think those are two good back-to-back films. He's great in this movie. He plays really kind of creepy sleazeball guys incredibly well, and yeah, it's right in line with what you would expect.
We need a dirty sleazeball. Call Richard Brake.
A lot of people, you also recognize him, Game of Thrones fans. He's the lead White Walker in Game of Thrones underneath all of that makeup.
That's crazy.
That's him as well, too. And then, I forgot about it, but you told me last week he was Joe Chill.
That's the only thing I remember.
Was it Batman Begins?
Yeah. 2005, same year as this.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I was thinking he would be a good Joker.
Yeah, I think so.
He's a good actor that will never be cast as a Joker, but if they wanted to do like a really fucked up version of him, you could do it.
He could bring that sadistic unknowingness to it, and shit like that gets under your skin.
Ooh, that'd be good.
To quote the movie.
That'd be good. Everyone gets their own Joker movies nowadays. Can he get one too? Can we do another one?
There's only 2 of them.
Ah, man. Let's make it 3.
Rosamund Pike. She's Sam. I really like her.
What is she from? Because I recognized her, but I couldn't quite...
She's in, more recently, she's in Gone Girl with Ben Affleck.
Okay. Gone Girl's good.
Yeah. She's in, I
guess I got IMDb right
here. Yeah, that'd be great, because I just went brain dead.
She's also really cute, and I don't think she was wearing a bra. And
it's like George Lucas, they're in space.
So she was in Miranda Frost in Die Another Day, which is probably a Bond movie we could probably do.
Yeah, she was a Bond girl. Jack Reacher. She's kind of everywhere. She's
a lot of stuff that I don't quite recognize or.
But she's Wrath of the Titans. She's in a lot, though, for sure.
Hey, she's in Johnny English.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's, I really like her. She's great. And, yeah, she's she's just cute. Like, she's not like how she is in, like, as a Bond girl.
Right.
Like, she's not like, oh, she's so hot, but it's like, she's just cute.
Yeah,
And she got big eyes.
I get it.
She looked like, well, just
she'd be
cute.
good. She'd be good in like an X-Men film.
Yeah.
Is someone, I don't know who,
Someone.
but couldn't you? I can't think offhand. But couldn't you picture her as like a mutant in an X-Men film? One of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd picture me in X-Men too. Yeah.
Your boy Toad.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Darth Maul. Toad.
So before we get to this person, let's talk about The Rock real quick. I want to save the best for last.
The reason why we're here.
Yeah. So this is The Rock's, what did we say, second or third? Third?
I don't remember.
After Walking Tall.
It's real early.
It was Scorpion King, Rundown, Walking Tall, and Doom. So this is probably his fourth film.
Yeah.
Probably one of his weaker performances.
You think?
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I think it's more of the writing, though. You know what I mean? Because, he acted like he was supposed to, I guess. So it's not his fault that he seemed like such a bore.
Sure.
But that's how his character was written, as this tight-ass asshole.
I'll get more into that a little bit later when we talk more about the film as to his character. Because it was really tough.
Yeah. Strange.
Really tough, I think, for the writers to figure out what to do at this particular time with a Doom adaptation.
Yeah.
But I'll save that for a little bit later on. For The Rock's performance, I thought it was good.
Yeah.
They asked him to be intense. That was pretty much his direction, was be really intense.
Right.
He's good at that. He's The Rock. The fight scene at the end of the film with Karl Urban is good because he's The Rock. Of course he's good at that. Of course he can throw punches and make it look believable and whatever. That's why he's a good action movie star. I liked it. I liked that's a big fucking gun line. I thought he had
lots of Easter eggs. I
thought he had some funny one-liners.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I get it. It's not his top performance, but that might be okay.
Yeah, no, it's kind of going back on what I said. It's like I said, it's more the writing. It's not that he.
Not that he's not capable.
Right.
It's just that they didn't have a lot for him to do.
There you go. There just wasn't much for him to, do.
Yep. Kevin Smith always calls it chewing the scenery. You get an actor, you let him chew the scenery and go through it. And there wasn't much for him to really chew into.
No.
In this film.
Right.
Yeah.
It just seemed kind of bland, but it was fine.
Sure.
For what it is.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was Doom. It fit in with the tone. It fit in with the cheesiness. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. And then my favorite, Karl Urban.
I love Karl Urban.
Love Karl Urban.
We could have a Karl Urban month.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, because he's in everything.
Yeah. I remember, this was kind of the first thing that I remember him from. And then I watched Chronicles of Riddick. He's in that. And then I
love Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, like, in these, between 2005 and 10, like, he was in just this slew of films.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, is that the same guy?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I tied the connection between Doom and Chronicles of Riddick. I'm like, is that really Karl Urban?
Uh-huh.
I love Karl Urban.
I think Chronicles of Riddick was the first time that I remember him just as an actor being like, I don't know who that is.
I like him,
but I like that guy. I want to see him in more stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course, Dredd. I know there's a little bit of time between those two.
Yeah.
Dredd is so good. And then for me, I'm a huge Star Trek fan. And
Karl Urban, he's in the movies.
Yep.
The movies. J.J. Abrams movie.
Yeah. And he's fantastic. That whole cast in the J.J. Abrams reboot.
Yeah.
Of Star Trek is fantastic. What is that movie? And Then There Will Be Light, I think is the name of it, that he's in, that was like a straight-to-DVD kind of thing.
I'm not sure.
I've got it at home. You need to check it out. I think that one might be worthy if you want to do like a Karl Urban film that people don't talk about, where he plays a bad guy.
What?
Which like doesn't happen hardly ever, and he's really, really good at it.
Is it like a crime movie, or is it like a...
I remembered it being kind of like a horror movie, but not like a blood and guts horror movie, but kind of like a suspenseful
Like a thriller?
thriller sort of thing. Yeah.
I'm definitely interested. I want to see Karl Urban kill people.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love, and I used to always joke with my mom about, can you imagine being their mom? Like, you have Karl, who's this mega blockbuster superstar, and then Keith is this country singing mega star. Like,
funny how that works
awesome
out.
Awesome Christmases.
Personally, I like Karl better than Keith.
Right. I like me some Keith.
I wonder if Keith is. Do you think he's a good actor?
Do you think Karl's a good singer?
Maybe.
It might
a
be.
lot of actors are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe. I bet Karl has like a CD or something that nobody knows about.
Yeah, probably.
So do you remember your first experience with this?
This is one of those movies that we used to have a pawn shop in town. I don't know if you remember it, but it was here for like 6 months. Blink and you miss it and gone pawn shop. And they had like DVDs for like 50 cents. Yeah. And so I was there like every day thumbing through the DVDs that people would pawn off. And there was Doom on the shelf. I had to get Doom for 50 cents. And so bought it and took it home and watched it. That was probably, I don't know, 2006 or so. And that was a time when, under my own admission, even I fell into the internet says this movie is terrible. Mm-hmm. And so I went into it with, this movie is going to be terrible expectations.
Yeah.
And didn't like it.
Really?
So it was fun going back older as an adult.
And rewatching
it and being like, oh, I was kind of full of shit. This movie's actually...
that tends to happen.
Like, I'm allowed to enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what the fuck Rotten Tomatoes says.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah, for sure.
I liked it for what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's no Argo. It's not going to win an Oscar here. Yeah. But it's a good movie. It's an enjoyable film, and I liked it. And I'm glad I went back and watched it.
Something, like, along, like, how it is, it's Doom.
Yeah.
And you are allowed to like it. Something that I kind of wanted to bring up is for a video game adaptation, this film probably has one of the better casts.
Right? And soon the Darkness.
Oh, 2010.
2010, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
But Doom probably has, like, for a video game adaptation, probably has one of the better casts since Silent Hill.
It has a cast, I feel like, I agree with you. I just want to say that it's a cast that only you and I get excited about.
Really?
Yeah, like,
so?
Yeah, like, I don't know how many more other people are like...
Karl Urban, Rosamund Pike.
Well, I mean, I think Karl Urban and The Rock now give it more pull than what it did. But a lot of the other people are people that, like, hardcore movie buffs would get excited about.
Like, but what if Tyler Mane was in this?
Oh my god, then it would be a Rob Zombie film. Right. He's got 2 of his regulars in it. Actually, Rob Zombie Doom.
Yeah,
that kinda could be pretty badass.
Yeah, I would watch it.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot more blood and guts and killing.
I want to talk about that too. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So my first experience, I think, was probably the DVD release, because I remember wanting to see it in theaters, but yeah, it must have, because I couldn't go see it because
R-rated.
It was R. So I guess that does make sense, because I wanted to go see it, and of course my mom wanted to go with me, and so yeah, I probably saw it after the DVD release, and I think probably I don't really remember my first impression of it.
Yeah.
I think the first-person shooter scene, of course, really stuck out to me, but I don't really remember sitting down and watching Doom the first time.
Yeah. It's a tough one to remember your first experience for.
Doom.
Although, I tweeted about it on my Twitter. You can follow me at InhumanWitch on the Twitter sphere thing.
Whatever it is.
I was tweeting that I was watching the movie for the show, and one of my followers replied back that he had seen it in theaters, and that he really liked it too, and that was his experience with it. And so I thought that was cool, that, like, even a movie, what did you say that the score was?
19%.
19%. That there's someone for every movie out there. And
1 out of 3.
Yeah, and here was someone who, hey, I went to it in theaters when it came out, and I liked it and thought it was good, and I'm glad that you're enjoying it. So we're not alone.
That's crazy.
I thought that was really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Talk about the director a little bit. I thought was kind of interesting.
Who? I didn't look.
I'm gonna butcher it. Andreas Barkowiak. it's a lot of not enough vowels. So he's done films that are on my list: Cradle to the Grave,
Okay.
and Romeo Must Die. Jet Li DMX movies.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, those are great films.
Yeah.
So he's done those, and he's mostly a cinematographer.
Really?
I think he had like maybe 8 directing credits. Pretty low, but he did this one, and kind of a switch for him because he's like Cradle to the Grave, Romeo Must Die. Those are more martial art Jet Li films with DMX. In there. So,
right.
this was a little bit different for him, but I think he handled it pretty well.
Been kind of cool if they could have put Jet Li in the movie somewhere.
DMX. I would take in DMX as Destroyer or something.
If we're recasting it, so we got The Rock, Karl Urban, Jet Li, DMX.
That is a blockbuster movie.
I don't know, but I'd sure like it. I don't know about blockbuster, but...
And then the writer, one of this guy's earlier writing credits is David Callahan. He did Expendables 2. He's done all the Expendable movies. He's doing Zombieland 2, and he is a writer for Wonder Woman 84.
Awesome. That's some good creds.
So
I'm excited for Wonder Woman 84.
Me too.
Yeah.
This was one of his kind of beginner writing credits.
Nice. Gotta start somewhere.
Gotta start somewhere,
Yep.
Exactly. So that's the director-writer. The director, like I said, kind of off for him.
Yeah,
kind of
not really a name.
Yeah, but even just his style doesn't really fit Doom.
I kind of really had only 2 complaints about the film. One of it was the length, and I don't know if...
It was a lot longer than
I don't know if that had anything to do with maybe we found an unrated extended cut out there on the internet. So I'm not going to knock it too hard for that. And then I also thought the movie had that same weird problem that happened in like the Alien vs. Predator movies.
Oh yeah, that's what you're saying.
It's just too dark.
Yeah, it is.
Just too dark of a movie.
Which is, I mean, because you play Doom, that's pretty contrasted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this was a point that I wanted to bring up at some point. This was really close to the time that Doom 3 came out.
I think it was this.
Was it?
I think this was
2000.
Based on.
This was 2005. Doom 3 was what, maybe 2004?
4? Yeah.
I want to say, because my computer could barely play it when it came out of that.
But Windows 98!
Yeah, but I had to play it anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, id Tech is really good for you to just bump all the settings down and play it on anything. But so I got to play Doom 3. But I think it was unfortunate that this movie came out based around the 3rd game.
Yeah,
because while the 3rd game is good, it's not really the Doom that I think that you would base a movie on.
No. Have you played...
Especially with the new one.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask
you.
With the reboot? Have you played the rebooted game?
It's fucking amazing. I'm a huge Doom
I haven't
fan.
had a chance to play it.
Really? Oh my god, it is fucking brutal and fast-paced, and it's... The game is essentially not... Oh my god, there's scary demons coming at me. It's, you're such a badass. The demons are stuck in a room with you. The Doomslayer.
You're Rorschach?
Yeah, you're just like fucking them up. Like big time. I wish that they would have waited a little bit later because especially the newer Doom reboot does such a good job of adding more lore to the character and to the Doomslayer. Because they gave him kind of a moniker, the Doomslayer.
Right.
And this one, he's still just
Doom Guy
or the Marine or whatever.
Right.
That's why I kind of said it was kind of unfair to The Rock, because at this specific point in time,
you have Doom Guy.
There's who's he playing? There's no real backstory for the character. All of that came kind of after this in the franchise.
So I'm missing out a lot on that reboot.
You really need to play that. I got it on the PS4 if you want to borrow.
I'll have to check it out.
If you want to borrow a copy of it, you really, really need to. Doom Eternal's coming out, the sequel to it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't even seen anything about that.
I'm a huge Doom fan.
Oh,
I've done level editing for Doom 2 and like building your own maps and
What?
shit, and it's a lot of fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I played up until 3,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's about it.
It's like in my top 3 favorite
Really?
game franchises of all time.
Huh.
Yeah, so all the Easter eggs in the movies that we're gonna get to
Well,
at the
I
end.
thought I picked up most of them, but maybe not.
I picked up on a lot of shit, music cues, and like from the game, like in the soundtrack, like you can hear like music beats from the game and stuff, and
I didn't know about the music.
yeah,
Huh.
yeah. If you listen close, there's beats of music from the first 2 games in particular. You can hear in the soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah, which is really cool. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll get to that when we do trivia.
Interesting. Okay, so I thought it was kind of interesting that the Ark, what they travel to get to Mars,
Yeah.
it's located in Nevada. Like, what's in Nevada?
Well, aliens.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if you think about it, Nevada, isn't that where Area 51?
Oh, I thought that was New Mexico.
Oh, that is New Mexico, yeah.
They're the same thing.
But still, desert UFOs, and they're supposed to be the connection between life on Mars and whatever, like, coming to Earth, I think is what they were going for.
Was Doom 3 on Mars?
All the Doom games.
All of them?
Well, Doom 2 is on Hell on Earth.
Okay.
Like, you go to Earth, but
Right.
Doom, like the original
But
one.
they're not supposed to be aliens.
It's a portal to hell.
Right.
They open up a portal to hell, and so they're demons from hell that come out,
Okay.
and then they kind of possess the workers of the base. That's what makes them kind of like zombies or whatever that you shoot, and like the humanoid ones are
That's
like
not,
are
not
possessed.
aliens. It was like zombies.
Yeah, they're possessed.
Okay.
Possessed from hell spirits, but they look like zombies basically. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But no aliens. All hell creatures.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yep.
So right off the bat, we get the only time that we get Rock shirtless, and it's a back shot.
Yeah.
Which they are Marines, because I thought there was like the special Doom like unit.
They're essentially
like
Space Marines, I think is what they call them.
So like with Alien, how they're like the colonial.
Think of like an advanced version of like we're far enough in the future to where we would need a space force to be political, like a like a branch of that.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That's a good example, though.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Okay,
because they make the comment in the movie. I think it was fucking Joe Chill. Now I can't think of the actor's name.
Richard Brake.
Yeah, where he's like, "Why'd they call us in? Don't they have on-base security that can handle this?"
Yeah.
And so there is like the on-base security, but then these guys are called in, so they're like some kind of special force Marine unit or whatever.
What was it? Rapid Response Tactical Squad.
Yeah.
But that's because when you see Rock right at the beginning, he has Semper Fi tattooed on his back, and that's a Marine thing, and I didn't think they were like. I thought it was like a fictional kind of Marine thing.
Sure.
But whatever.
Well, because I guess they've always called him the Doom Space Marine, Doom guy.
I thought it was just Doom guy.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think the third one, if I remember right, did. Yeah, Doom Space Marine. I think it was about the time by the third one that started kicking up. So yeah, it does fit.
Okay. Interesting. I wrote down Discount LL Cool J.
Oh my god!
That guy, yeah,
I thought that too.
He
was cool.
At first, I'm like, LL's in this movie? I was like, no, that's not LL.
Speaking
Cool
of
J.
our fantasy casting, LL Cool J.
LL
We'll
Cool
toss
J.
him in there too.
Yeah, for sure.
That's funny.
It's like they wanted LL Cool J, but they
couldn't get him.
No.
He was busy making what? What had he been doing at the time?
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
That was probably what? That was probably 04. Probably the same time they were filming this.
Yeah.
It's funny shit. And I wrote down the names. So I forgot there was 8 of them, first of all.
Uh-huh.
Like, I remember watching the movie and maybe there was like a team of 5 or something.
Yeah.
But they all have cool names: Destroyer, Mac, Portman, Goat, the Kid, Duke, Sarge, and Reaper.
Yeah.
Which, of course, Karl Urban gets the coolest name because he gets grim, so that's cool.
He's Karl Urban.
I wrote down SynCon. Was SynCon something in the games? Kind of like Umbrella Corporation or something. There's SynCon.
I don't remember. That doesn't sound super familiar to me, but
they mentioned...
I don't know every bit of lore.
Right when they get on the helicopter, SynCon sent us this, and they get on the computer, and that shows them.
Yeah. Union
Maybe that's the name of the company there.
Union Aerospace.
Okay.
That funds the digs. That's the overall...
so that's like the Umbrella Corporation.
Umbrella Corporation. Or what's
Slusho.
What's the one from the Alien films? Wayland. Same thing. Same thing as them. So they're the ones, and they have their own private security on base.
That should be a trivia show.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But like...
What corporation's an alien?
Right? But like shit went so wrong that they had to call in the Space Force, the Space Marines, and that's why The Rock and his team are coming in. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alrighty. Space Force to the rescue.
With The Rock.
So we kind of joked about this before we started. I wrote down discount LL Cool J because as soon as I saw him,
I know.
I immediately I almost forgot. I'm like, LL's in this movie? I was like, no.
What's amazing is that you didn't tell me you thought that, and I watched the movie and thought the exact same thing.
I'm sure everybody did.
Yeah.
It's hard not to immediately assume that that's LL.
Who was that actor? That was a cool actor.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I could look it up, but I don't want to. But he's cool. He should be in more shit. He probably is. He's probably in everything I've ever watched. But...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was the guy in Deep Blue Sea, isn't he?
Yeah. You should have been jotting down like...
The guy with the parrot?
I don't know, maybe. You should have been jotting down like our fantasy reboot cast for Doom. So let's see. So far we've got The Rock, Karl Urban, Jet Li... DMX, LL Cool J.
There we go. And there's an Asian guy, Mac. So that's Jet Li.
Yeah.
DMX can be Destroyer. LL can be Discount LL. Karl Urban, The Rock, and then...
You gotta keep Joe Chill.
And then Richard Brake. There you go.
Yeah.
Just recast it. There you go.
Directed by Rob Zombie.
There
we go.
And I wrote the... my God. The Space Force team. Rapid Response Tactical Squad. What's The Rock say? The double RTS. Which I thought was kind of funny. But
I don't know if that's from the game or a movie. That seems more like movie lore than...
That's what I'm talking about. Like the Marine thing, the Rapid Response Tactical Squad. I don't remember... I mean, you've played more of them.
Yeah.
But I don't remember that.
I don't either. I'm not saying it's not out there somewhere.
Right. But I mean, also...
Doom 3's lore was a lot of... Remember you had to pick up like the PDF?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah?
Yeah, I remember the files and the little, like the audio files, and there was a lot of reading to get the lore. Like you'd pick up the little things in the game.
Skip past it.
Yeah, I remember reading them, but that's not shit that sticks.
Oh, really? Kind of boring.
Not so much that; it just don't stick with me long term.
Yeah.
Really remember.
Like even if it was, did they say it over it, or you had to actually read it?
So some of it was voiceover, some of it was. Like reading text files.
See, even that they should have put in voiceover or something.
Yeah,
that sticks with you long.
Doom 3, I don't think is aged particularly well. Like at the time when
I think the last time I played Doom 3 was 2005.
Yeah,
so.
Like at the time when it came out, it was great because visually it was great, and that was the first time that there was like real time lighting.
Oh yeah.
Because id Tech is always fucking good. I just remember being mesmerized by and you can shoot out the light bulbs and the light will go out, and like all the rotating shadows and shit. But I don't know if the actual game play has aged that particularly well. That's just my opinion, folks. Feel free to tell me. Free to tell me I'm wrong in the comments below.
I'd have to play it again for sure.
I'm gonna get you to play the reboot.
Yeah.
I should. You'd love it
for sure.
It's kind of short too, so you can blow through it
in a weekend.
Sweet. Yeah.
I wrote down SynCon right when they get into the helicopter to leave. The Rock says, "We got this from SynCon," and he brings something up on the computer. And it's like the video and whatever from the planet, and it might even be like Carmack's video or something.
Yeah.
I think it was Carmack's video. But I don't. Was SynCon something in the game?
Again, that's not something I remember specifically. It might be somewhere out there in the Doom lore, but that's not one that sticks out.
Yeah.
Like when I think Doom, it's a lot of like the Union Aerospace Corporation and Portal from Hell, and
yeah,
you're the Doom Space Marine or the Doom Slayer in the reboot, and
that's it.
Doom is not known for its illustrious story and lore.
Right.
Like there's stuff out there that you can dive into as a fan, depending on how deep you want to dive into it.
I wonder if there's like Doom comics or
there's Doom. There's official Doom comics.
Official?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think they were like Dark Horse.
Really?
Or Image or something in the 90s.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
There still might be.
Is there books, do you know?
I don't know if there was Doom.
Book?
Probably for as big as what it was.
I'm sure there
someone
was.
somewhere had to write like a Doom lore book or something.
Because that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's something like official, like the comics. I wonder how much detail the comics go into. Like,
I don't know.
If there's
I don't know. That's not something I've ever really dove into. But
I might check that out after we're done.
Yeah, I know.
I'm kind of interested now.
That'd be cool.
Doom comic, especially if it was like Image or...
Yeah, I thought it was one of those.
That'd be fucking cool. Pretty early on in the film we get to the BFG.
Yeah.
Which of course is like...
Bioforce gun.
Yeah. Which that's probably the biggest Easter egg, the biggest thing that people remember from the Doom series.
The BFG.
The BFG.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of their I don't know what you would call it, their centerpiece, I guess. That's kind of their thing.
Yep. There were some I wanted to see more of the chainsaw because I think the chainsaw is really iconic. I would have liked to have seen a double barrel shotgun because from Doom 2, like the double barrel shotgun was OP as fuck.
Yeah.
But there were some nice nods to the Doom weapons. Like one of the guys on the squad had a chain gun.
Yep.
That was similar to what you use in the game, and there were pistols and the BFG and stuff
that's
like that.
the chainsaw, like you said, though.
Yeah.
I definitely would have liked to see more chainsaw.
Yeah. A lot of the blue effects were similar to the plasma rifle that you use in the game. Shoots the blue. I think that was kind of where they got their inspiration from that a little bit.
Man, it's been a while since I played Doom.
Yeah.
I need to go back and play it again.
Yeah.
I need to play that new one.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
They kind of give them like I don't know what you call it, like the super soldier serum at the end of the film. Reminded me of...
It's chromosome 24.
Yeah, reminded me a little bit of the Berserker power-up that you would get. That where the screen would turn red and you would have like the
fist.
Like the fist, and you could go through and that's the Berserker power-up.
Kind of like explode.
Yeah. So I mean, like there is cool stuff that you can reach for and be like, oh, that was inspired by the game and that was inspired by the game. If you're a big fan of it, I think. It might be a little bit of a reach to get from point A to point B, but I can see where they tried.
And I'll talk about it a little bit. I've got some quotes I wrote down. These are some of my favorites, spoken by Karl Urban and his sister. She asked them to check out the genome, the DNA strand that she has.
Yeah, I know.
She says, "Come look at this." He goes, "My molecular genetics is a little rusty." Which it's kind of those cheeseball lines that are great, especially when Karl Urban said it.
Yeah,
he's just such a smartass about it.
I always like moments like that because you have to have a moment like that in your film to explain what the fuck is going on.
Right.
But I like it the way the character is kind of like a little
I don't know what the fuck.
It's a little self-referential about how like, I know this is a setup moment.
Yeah. But
let's have fun with it instead of playing it.
For sure.
Super serious.
Yeah. For sure. This is my favorite line of the film. Since I can remember, I did remember this line from the first time I saw it. It's kind of, when I say it, it'll sound kind of dumb, but I like how she says it to him. She talks about, does it ever bother you that you could have spent your life looking at a microscope instead of a sniper scope? I don't know why I like it so much.
It's cool.
I remember kind of having fun with that the first time I saw it.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny. See, I knew when I said it, it'd sound dumb.
Who said it in the film?
Rosamund Pike.
Okay.
Talking to Karl.
Sure.
I mentioned this at the beginning, made a little reference. When Portman talks about shit like that gets under your skin, but he says it dirtball.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
I love the way he says that.
Moments like that, I'm like, he can fucking play the Joker so well. Like Killing Joker.
Yeah.
Oh.
One more here. One more from The Rock. We'll talk about nanowalls in a minute. We'll get to the,
yeah, good.
We'll get to Kyle's bullshit tech hour.
Bullshit future tech. Stab a door.
When Carmack transforms into that demon thing.
John Carmack.
And he what?
That's trivia. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
He gets stuck in that wall, and the ear's missing and stuff. And she says, "It could be reversible. We could fix them and stuff."
I love the part where The Rock he pulls the gun on him.
Yes, he loves that his condition is irreversible. No, it's irreversible because his condition, and he puts emphasis on that.
Yeah.
Because his condition is that he is dead. I thought that was great.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was like in Indiana Jones where like the guy with the swords come out and Indiana just shoots him.
Yeah.
Like, poof. I like that.
Yeah,
moment.
that was probably The Rock's best line.
That was a really solid moment of this film.
Like that emphasis on that. It's almost like two sentences. I'm sure it is. His condition is that.
Yeah.
That his condition is that he is dead.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be maybe it's one sentence. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting the way that they structure that and the emphasis that he put on that.
Yeah.
I don't know why it intrigues me so much, but it's like, why would he say it like that? You know, it's like what? What'd you think of Mac?
The kid?
Mac, the Asian.
Oh, I wish it was Jet Li now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he didn't really stand out.
Didn't they do him kind of dirty? Like,
what do you mean?
They leave him with Pinky to guard, and then you don't see him.
Okay.
And then when he finally gets to come into action, he's dead 2 minutes later.
God, I guess I didn't really realize that when I watched
he's like
the movie,
not even in the film.
Huh.
Yeah, it's when they get to the
Asian.
Probably they get to the archaeological thing.
Yeah.
And he's strumming down the little tunnel, and then the thing comes out and smacks his head off.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And that's it. That's all you get from Mac.
Huh.
I was like waiting for him to kick some ass and shoot some shit, but no, he just
gets kung fu.
Yeah, whatever. You racist fuck.
Yeah, what? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was just kind of hoping that get to see Mac do some shit.
Yeah.
I thought that they were building him up by leaving him there to guard Pinky.
Oh, sure. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I thought they were kind of like building him up to like, oh, when he gets there, though, he's going to fuck some shit up.
That would have been cool.
Doesn't do anything.
That's one of the problems I had with this movie. It's got a weird kind of pacing to it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, again, if that's because I watched a movie with an extra 45 minutes online that it didn't have in it beforehand. I don't know. I should almost put my DVD in and see what the runtime is.
Yeah, I wonder.
And just compare it.
I should be able to Google it.
Yeah, but you and your fucking Google it. Here I'm like, I'll just put the disc in and see. You just Google it. So much simpler.
Google.
For a movie based on a video game that was really about speed and fast-paced action and shooting and killing demons, boy, was it slow in places.
Yeah, it does really slow down.
I was okay. I'm always okay with, hey, here's the beginning of your movie. We're going to take some time to introduce locations and characters and setup, and I'm all for that. Go for that. It took too long once they got there anything to happen.
Yeah.
And then when it did happen, in the games, you're always got multiple enemies at a time coming at you. In the film, it was like, it's
like Alien.
Yeah. Here's like one.
It's like an asylum film of Alien.
Yeah. Here's one imp that comes out, or here's one Pinky demon. There's only one Pinky demon in the film.
Yeah, that was upsetting.
And they didn't have a lot of I would have been excited to see a lot of the Doom characters on screen because they're really cool. Like the flying, flaming skulls and shit.
Oh, that'd have been weird.
Would have been neat to see. but they changed too much of the lore for me, where they went away from we opened a portal to hell. That's really cool. Why would you go away from that?
Yeah,
Why would you go from that to, well, we're on Mars and here's this infected thing and it turns you into these demon creatures? I really don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't care.
That's one of the things.
I want to see fucking creatures from hell shooting fireballs and
The Mist.
Yeah.
I see that.
Right?
The Mist did Doom better than Doom.
Oh, yeah, kind of. Kind of.
That's a portal to hell that unleashes demons.
That's the movie that needed to be made.
Yeah.
Like, fast-paced fucking... I wanted to bring this up. You know the movie Crank?
Okay.
You know how Crank is just like, go, 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 go. Doom should have been that with The Rock fighting hell demons.
Yeah.
That'd have been a 10 out of 10.
For sure.
Yeah.
Destroyer. I can't pronounce the actor's name. It's a little tricky.
Mm-hmm.
But Destroyer, when they had that fight in that holding cell with the electrified walls,
that was cool.
He almost fucking got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he fought. That was a cool fight, I thought. The swinging around the computer was a little doofusy.
Yeah.
But I thought that fight was cool, and he almost got out, and then he gets to the very top, and then just crashes down. I felt bad for Destroyer.
Yeah.
Put up a hell of a fight, almost got out of there.
Did you leave this movie feeling like they watched Predator?
Or Alien.
Alien, Predator franchises as a big inspiration.
Yeah, which is weird, because with Predator and Alien, the first ones, that's a single enemy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which is strange, because you think of Doom and you think of these hordes.
Exactly. Yep.
So, that's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know how you would,
budgetary reasons maybe might have forced them.
And I mean, if you look at like World War Z, like the piles of zombies everywhere, like if they would have done like get some people in there, put some makeup on them, have them run at you.
Yeah.
Like,
there's really only one scene,
but the way
we haven't talked about the scene yet. The first person scene is really the only point in the movie where you see multiple enemies, bad guys, whatever, at the same time. Otherwise, it's usually just like a single creature.
I think, so what we're talking about, the way that they set up the film, it kind of works when you go to, so first they go to Mars, and there's only the 8 scientists.
Correct.
So you're not going to... And the way that they're doing it, they're not doing the demons from hell, really.
Yeah.
They're doing... It's a chromosome 24. It changed them into these creatures.
Mutation. Let's call them mutants from now on.
Okay.
Yep.
So then you have these 8 mutants running around. Uh-huh. They're not going to make any more mutants unless they attack, like,
unless they have more people to infect.
It's when that one gets away and goes back to Earth, to Nevada.
Sure.
And then all those people get infected. That's when you get the first-person shooter scene is back on Earth.
Yeah.
Going through, we'll call it the airport.
Yeah.
Going through the Ark airport. So, I mean, I guess you're not going to have those hordes coming at you on Mars when there's only 8 people there.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like they really tried to go for an alien vibe, like you said.
Yeah, for sure.
With the, what do they call them, xenomorph?
Yeah.
Is that what they call them in the film? Yeah, where there's like the kind of the one big bad that's stalking them throughout the thing. Yeah. I really wanted to give them credit for, I really like this the awesome shot where you see the 2 eyes.
Oh,
it's like creepy. A pure black silhouette, and you see the 2 eyes open up. That was fucking cool.
That was creepy.
That was creepy. Yeah. That shot alone
in the sewer,
that belonged in a horror film.
It would have been. I mean, like with Alien and Predator and stuff, it would have been better if it was a little horror-y.
Do you remember the original Amityville Horror
with Brolin?
Yeah, his dad. Yeah, remember there's that It used to be creepy. It's probably not anymore, but that really creepy...
movie's terrifying.
Yeah, that really creepy shot where they were in upstairs and you see Jody the pig and you see the eyes open through the window for no fucking reason. You're just watching the movie and those... That's what that reminded me of in Doom.
Okay, that's way worse.
I don't like eyes. I don't like eyes opening like that out of nowhere. That's creepy. I think Suspiria has really close to that same shot.
Suspiria?
You've never seen Suspiria?
What's Suspiria?
Dario Argento. It's an Italian horror film from, what is it, maybe middle to late 70s? I don't quite remember the exact time frame for it. It's about this American girl who goes to overseas in Europe, I don't remember the exact country, to a ballet school, and there's like a witch coven that is going on in this school, and it's just really fucked up because it's Italian, and it's absolutely because it's an Italian horror film.
I know, that belongs on Rotten Tomatoes. That's really fucked up because it was an Italian film.
And it's absolutely beautiful and stunning to look at. He plays with like colored lights and like stained glass windows and all of this.
I like stained glass in film.
Okay, and there's a scene where a character falls through like a stained glass window, and like
But it just looks so pretty.
Yes. And she gets like choked by like the stuff that's on it, and it just plays with like red and blue lighting and all this colored. You have to watch Suspiria. It's like a top 10 horror movie for me.
Yeah,
I don't know how we got on that subject, but yeah, that one is not going to qualify for Shut Up, I Like This, but we should do a podcast about it.
Suspiria.
Yeah.
I did like they did have some decent foreshadowing, I think, in this film. Very early on, LL Cool J, I'm just gonna call him LL.
I just call him LL.
LL is talking to Rosamund about John. Suspiria.
Yeah. See what I mean? How the movie is just...
Yeah, I like that shot.
It's just like stunning. It's got a great soundtrack by Goblin. I don't know if you're familiar with the band Goblin or not, but oh my god. There's a remake of it coming out.
Great. Yay.
Yeah, that it doesn't... It looks good. I don't know. We'll talk about that later. Let's get back to Doom.
Okay.
Get off.
Let's talk about foreshadowing. So when LL is talking to his sister, and she's like, well, I knew him before the Marines and stuff. And,
yeah.
Oh, what was he like? Well, he was empathetic and sensitive and, a nice guy.
Yeah.
Then you kind of forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the end of the film, when she's showing the brain matter, like how it attacked Portman but not Destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
Or not attack, didn't attack, but
was gonna latch on. I thought that was kind of hokey.
Because she was talking about there's genetic markers for sociopathic behavior and violence and stuff. So then you're like, oh, well, John doesn't have that. You know what I mean? He's a nice guy, so...
What was the setup? Like,
if he gets it, he'll
10% of the human genome hasn't been mapped,
right.
And that's
yeah. Which I don't mind.
Yeah.
For Doom.
I can...
For a video game. I think that's fine.
Let's just go science fiction in general.
I'm good with that.
We gotta suspend disbelief somewhere. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm completely fine with that. I kind of like the chromosome 24 premise.
Yeah.
It does take away from the Doom thing.
I'd have preferred just a fucking portal to hell.
Exactly. But I mean, that's kind of a good foreshadowing moment when you're like, John's going to get the chromosome and become superhuman, basically.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have that violent behavior and stuff. Couple last things I want to mention before we do some trivia and stuff is we did get to see the chainsaw, if so briefly.
Yeah.
Pinky Creature, which I wish we would have gotten more of. It was kind of
the one-off.
So yeah, kind of a short fight. And then let's talk real quick about Karl Urban versus The Rock. That final fight scene.
Do you like that?
I did.
Okay.
A lot.
Okay.
I like I said with Scorpion King, I just love two guys just beating the shit out of each other.
And The Rock's good at that.
And
that's what he excels at.
I like, they take off their weapons. I like when he pops off that last shot in the air. I don't know. I just thought that I like that standoff. Like, let's just fucking duke it out.
Yes.
I like that so much. It's not that I don't like shooting. I fucking love movies where there's just not shooting, but for like one-on-one kind of
Right,
more.
I know what you mean. It's a bit, well, and also we're both fans of martial arts films
yeah.
and kung fu in general, so I
Right.
might gravitate more towards that. I just watched The Crow the other day again with
God.
Brandon Lee,
Fucking
and
love that film.
yeah, so do I. And
I was the Crow for Halloween.
Forgetting, were you really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Forgetting kind of what happened with him during the filming of that. I always felt like they wasted so much potentially cool fight scenes by just having people pull guns on him
Yeah.
in that film.
Yeah, if they would just had some people beat his ass, maybe they would have gotten shot.
Right. And anyway, that's relevant somehow to this because I agree how it's more interesting to see like a fight scene than a shootout
Yeah.
in a movie where we've seen.
Unless you're watching John Wick.
Well,
Then it combines them.
it combines them. That's different. That's an example of an outliner here in this. But in a movie where we've seen lots of shooting, pretty much all shooting beforehand, I like seeing them go a different path
Right.
at the end of the movie. The only thing that bugged me, they set up at the very beginning of the film, what do they call the transporter thing? The goo.
The Ark.
The Ark. You go into this goo, and it used to be really terrible, and that's what fucked Pinky up, and it split him in half. They set that.
He went to one universe, his ass went to another.
And they even took the time to show you his legs falling. They set this up perfect for at the end of the film when Karl Urban smashes the keypad and the goo comes out and the rock is getting sucked into it.
Okay.
He should have got sucked in half. They set it up. You set this up at the beginning of the film and then he doesn't and they throw the grenade through.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It would have been cool if half of the rock just fell down and then Karl did.
That was what was supposed to happen. That was in my mind as a writer, that's why you have the Pinky Demon or the Pinky Scientist
Yeah.
who's got the wheelchair thing and he went to the...
That's supposed to be a setup.
Yes,
sure.
that's supposed to be a setup and there was no payoff at the end of the film. I'm like, oh.
They were setting it up for the wrong thing. They were setting it up for the demon. Which is weird.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I was expecting, as an audience,
I know what you mean.
I was expecting and waiting for the rock to get ripped in half.
Yeah.
Didn't the 2009 Friday the 13th film, or one of these newer ones, set something up with a wood chipper? Maybe it was Texas Chainsaw film.
Talking about Tucker and Dale vs. Evil?
No.
Okay.
This is a serious film.
These kids just keep coming on our property and killing themselves.
But there was some horror movie, maybe it was Texas Chainsaw or something, where they set up a wood chipper, and they set it up, and there's an end fight scene. I think it is Friday the 13th, the 2009 reboot. And then no one goes through the wood chipper.
With Danielle Panabaker.
Yeah, and I hate that. Don't
set it up.
Don't set it up if you're not going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I know what you mean, yeah.
And then the movie was just immediately over
Yeah.
after that fight scene. I didn't like that either.
I'm
like, so you wandered and you meandered for fucking 2 hours for the movie to, okay, we're done.
Yeah. I did like, I do like Karl Urban. You're right, he should have split in half. I get that. But I do like the kid said, go to hell. I do like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of the cheesy action one-liners I like. And then it does end quickly, but I do like the scene of him in the elevator holding his sister.
Going?
We're going home. Because they're on Earth. They're going up to the top in Nevada.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So
I thought they were still on Mars.
See, that's kind of weird,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You forget, because I didn't like the gooey transporter
Yeah.
bullshit thing. That was dumb. I thought they were going to...
Go ahead.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
There was another thing where at the beginning of the film, they fucking set up I didn't like. They had like spotlights around on the floor, like the transporter Star Trek thing.
Oh, yeah.
Where the first time they were going to use it, and they were like, step back, don't get sucked into the thing. I thought that they were like going to like beam up or something to transport to Mars. Because they had all the circles.
Yeah.
It looked like a
Yeah,
transporter.
I know what
And
you
then they took the point to be like, back away. Like I thought that like the thing in the middle, don't go near it.
Right,
and then, no, you have to go near it.
Yeah, you have to go.
Why did you tell them to back away from it then? I don't know. I didn't like that. I like the film, but I didn't like that.
Yeah. That part's goofy.
Yeah.
Like when you take original material and then you put it in film and then you change kind of what makes the film or
You
what
add
makes the
shit
game.
that doesn't...
Yeah,
Like-
It's like just stick to the stick to the material.
Why couldn't they have just had a ship? We're in the future. Why can't you just have a ship that you get on?
I don't know, Kyle. Ask David Callahan. But what I was saying was I love that shot right when it ends with the elevator, the lights, him holding her, saying we're going home. I like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
It for an ending, it is kind of you wanted more, but I don't know. I kind of like it.
I kind of wish Discount LL Cool J would have survived. I'm serious now here.
Yeah.
That's not a joke. I kind of wish he would have survived.
I
Like
kind of thought he was kind of annoying.
really, because
Kinda
I honestly liked him.
Like you're on this mission. There's demons.
Yeah,
you're
but she
in
was
Mars,
fucking hot.
and
Do you blame him?
yeah,
I don't blame him.
that's why he got killed.
Well, you know,
Dumbass.
I wished he would have survived.
Oh, one more thing before we get into trivia. We kind of need to talk about this. We talked about it before. So we both kind of came to the same agreement. The Rock was kind of right.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to talk about that. So
he goes like a step too far.
Yeah, there is one thing where when the kid finds that group of people, they're fine.
They're in the closet.
Yeah, they're just
fine,
hiding out. When he kills the kid and goes psycho and kills all those people, that's where you're kind of like, okay, too far.
A little too far there.
But killing the scientists, killing the dead people.
You'd seen they're infected.
Yeah. So, and everybody's like, no, don't do that.
And I know they tried to set it up to where like, oh, it chooses, not everyone gets infected.
But they're dead.
I don't know. Most of them, he was shooting dead corpses most of the time on the ground anyway.
Yeah,
there was like one scientist that popped up who was like, I'm alive.
Help me. No, yeah. For the most part, though,
yeah.
he was right.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, he turned...
Dr. Carmack stuck in the wall.
Yeah.
You think he's going to come back
You think
fine?
you're going to save that?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For one thing, he's stuck in the wall.
Okay, real fast too. Talk about the nano wall.
I don't know. That was stupid. Just have a fucking door. It's so much cheaper to have a door.
Yeah.
Like, how much do you think that... one of those things is like what?
What's the point of having a nano wall?
So that you could have that scene where a demon got stuck in it. That was the
basically.
whole point. Those are not in the games.
Yeah, I don't
anywhere that I remember.
This is what we talked about that too. I mean, it's like
the Doom door.
Yeah,
and you know the sound effect. Everyone knows the Doom.
Exactly. Yeah. Why?
Like that would have been as a big fan of the game.
That'd have been cool spot.
I'd have been like, we have to Easter egg that shit. And we're just going to use the sound effect from the game.
That'd been cool.
People will like that.
Yeah. Even I would pick up on that, but
instead they were like,
Nano wall. Who wrote
How much do you think that cost? How much do you think one of those nano walls cost? Like 10,000?
More than that.
No wonder they're in. Why they got to be in debt?
Yeah. It's so ridiculous.
That's why they're doing weird experiments on shit, because they got all these fucking nano walls everywhere. Just buy a door, man.
Just buy a door. Yeah, but any last things you want to get out there real quick before we do some trivia?
I really didn't like it the first time I watched it, and going back to it, even though we're kind of making fun of it a little bit.
Some silly stuff.
Yeah, whatever.
Sure.
Movies are silly. Movies are entertainment, and they're supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the cast. And of course, looking at it now, you've got the benefit of, I recognize these 3 or 4 actors that I didn't the first time around, and now that I'm fans of them, it makes it more enjoyable.
For sure.
And I dig it. I still think that they could do a hell of a lot better with a Doom adaptation, and fingers crossed one day they will, because it's a big property, and you could do good shit with it.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
Yeah. God damn it! If like we pointed out the portal, we pointed out the chromosome 24 and that shit. They take some liberations from the game, but it's still Doom. Yeah, you know what I mean, like, give it a goo.
Yeah, yeah.
Give it a goo.
Plus, I see this all the time at Walmart on Blu-ray and like one of those movie 4-packs.
Oh yeah.
Like science fiction 4-packs that you get for like $7. So if you really want this movie, you can get Doom in like 3 other films for dirt cheap, and I honestly think it's worth having in the collection. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here talking about it.
Kind of one thing before we get into trivia, this is a segue into trivia. The Rock, always kind of makes fun of this film.
He does,
and I'm not really a fan of that. You know, like it's goofy and it's fun, but why do you have to make like, I was in stupid Doom.
It probably did terrible at the box office. That's probably what.
He goes on, like, but right after it came out, he was all excited. He went on talk shows and he had like the BFG and shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I was in fuck. And then like now he's like, terrible movie. Like,
well,
it had to have been so like fun and like good. Like that helped get you where you are now. You fuck.
You've got to.
I hate when people make movies and then they go back on it like, oh, it was so stupid. Then, bitch, why'd you do it?
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, things get changed after post-production and stuff, but you sign on for a movie to make that movie. You're an actor. It's your job. Yeah. It is a job.
Yeah.
You know, like, show up, do your job. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't go to work and then
Okay, so I'm a big fan of a terrible movie, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The New Generation, or The Next Generation.
Is that the one with
one with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The movie's awful, but it's so awful it's amazing to watch. And those 2 actors keep fighting this movie getting re-released, like because it's early on. It was like their first movie for each of them, and they do like terrible, kind of shitty performance, but it's amazing. Matthew McConaughey, there's a scene where he has like a robotic leg, and he's got like like a box full of VCR remotes because he can't control the leg, and so you get to see Matthew McConaughey over the top acting, grabbing different remotes, trying to control his leg. It's amazing. It's awesome. It's so funny. You have to watch it. And they're trying to, like, stop this movie from getting, like, re-released. Like, it was supposed to have a Blu-ray release, and now they're fighting it. And I don't like that. Like,
that's stupid.
Like, what you said. You were in the movie. You're Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
What are you worried about? Can't you just own up and be like, yeah, I did this really shitty kind of horror movie and this over-the-top dumb performance. It was my first film.
Yeah.
Can't you just go for it?
Yeah.
Just embrace it a little bit.
I don't know why it's such a big deal.
Yeah. Like, let me as a fan have that movie on Blu-ray in my collection.
Let me give you more money.
Yeah, right?
No, fuck you.
Or do you want me to pirate it? Because, I can find a pirate website and get it that way, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been released on DVD, so it's not like it's impossible to find. But I just think it's shitty that in 2018 they're still fighting this.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Especially McConaughey, who's a fucking top A-list actor. What is it going to hurt him to laugh a little bit and be like, I was in Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Just have a little just be humble.
Yeah.
Be humble.
I'd show up and do a commentary. If I was Matthew McConaughey, I'd be like, release it. You want me to do a new commentary track in 2018?
I don't know what the hell I was doing here, but
yeah,
that'd be funny as hell. That'd be awesome. Just do it. I hate that. I don't know.
I've always thought Bruce Campbell was really cool because I know that it's Bruce Campbell and I know that he's not like an A-list actor, but I mean he's
to you guys.
he is to us.
Yeah.
But I mean he still has fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Goes back and talks about all that, and after all those years for him to come back and do Ash vs. Evil Dead, the TV series, that's fucking cool. That's some fan service. Yeah. That's like an actor who cares. He gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Let's get into some trivia. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was originally offered the role of Reaper, but he thought Sarge was more interesting. So he went with Sarge.
Yeah.
Kind of fits him more. I can't see him being John Reaper or John Grimm.
No.
The first-person shooter scene that you guys could have seen at the beginning took 14 days to shoot.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's a lot longer than I remember, too.
Yeah.
It was probably almost 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You get the whole Pinky fight. You go through all the hallways and shit.
In my mind, that was like a 3-minute sequence.
One of my favorite scenes.
Didn't you remember it?
Yeah, I remember it being super fast.
That's what, 3 minutes of the film?
Yeah.
No, it went on longer.
Yeah, for sure. My favorite part
Maybe that's shitty YouTube clips.
Might be.
That have just cut out part of it, and we just, you remember it being YouTube length.
My favorite part is he turns around and there's just that good dude laughing. Ha 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 ha. And he just blows up his head. Awesome.
Reminded me of House of the Dead.
Oh my god.
Do you remember House of the Dead?
I don't want to talk about that film.
I mean the game.
Oh, okay.
The game.
Okay.
I never want to talk about the film, but like that reminded me of the House of the Dead game.
Fucking movie.
I love the games.
Yeah. 2 BFGs were made and both were kept by The Rock.
Huh. Do you think he's still got him?
Who knows?
They're probably
those are the ones he went on the
Yeah.
talk shows and stuff.
They're probably in his basement somewhere.
In a box because he's a dick. The locker where the BFG is stored is IDKFA, which is an
That's
in-game
the cheat
cheat
code.
code. Yep.
Yeah.
This is super interesting. 2005. Same year, or it was Shaun of the Dead 04. Shaun of the Dead was 04.
04, yep.
Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright were asked to polish some of the dialogue, but they refused.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
If they would have came on and helped do some more writing, it could have been,
Man.
awesome.
That would have been a good polish for the script.
Rosamund Pike turned down a role in Harry Potter and Goblet of Fire for this and Pride and Prejudice.
Damn, poor guy.
This girl.
Girl, sorry.
Based upon Doom Cubed.
What's that?
Doom 3.
Oh.
But the way that it's written, it's like
Yeah.
above it.
Yep.
This film, Doom, was originally announced in 1999 with Arnold Schwarzenegger as Doom Guy.
Okay.
But fucking stupid people. 2 teenagers who played Doom had a real-life accident with a chainsaw and the movie was dropped.
God, I don't remember that.
They were trying to do something stupid and somebody got hurt.
I mean, I remember the Columbine stuff. That's terrible to talk about, but I remember that Doom was a big focal point for that.
Yeah.
And that was around the same time, so I can see why they would have pushed it back after that point.
Vin Diesel was offered a role.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know who? Or
I didn't say. I just said he was offered a role.
That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Him and Karl Urban
I wouldn't mind.
back on screen. That made good chemistry together.
So we talked about kind of not a lot of lore in Doom 3, but there is a character, obviously. So Sarge is an homage to Master Sergeant Thomas Kelly from Doom 3.
Okay.
So that's about it. And then, of course, Pinky Demon is one of the big things.
Yep.
That's some trivia. What is your favorite scene?
So I wanted to add in there the lead scientist was named after John Carmack. John Carmack was one of the founders of id Software.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's no longer with the company, but he was one of him and John Romero were like the co-creators of Doom. So like Doom was
his baby,
half his baby, and he was the mastermind behind like id Tech and all of the crazy stuff. Like if you want someone to follow on Twitter that you will not understand a fucking thing he's talking about,
what's he put on there?
Like he talks about coding and all of this like really advanced like John Carmack, super brilliant guy who should be working at NASA. I'm 100% serious. He should be working at NASA on like Mars rovers or rockets or whatever, but he's doing like video game shit instead.
I don't care.
So yeah, that was what the lead scientist was named after him. Okay. I thought that was, I picked up on that right away.
There was something I didn't write it down. There was something about the other scientists that were named after like programmers or music people or something.
Yep. I was surprised I didn't have anyone named after John Romero.
There was something about Trent Reznor, 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, because they used in credits. Or was it 9 Inch Nails, wasn't it?
I didn't watch the end credits.
I think in credits was a 9 Inch Nails song.
Alright.
I just watched it yesterday. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doom. So what was your favorite scene?
Oh, the first person shooter scene.
Obviously.
I don't think we got to go too in depth about that.
No.
It's just cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I did the guns.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were modeled really well. And when you go into the first person shooter scene, how it's the guns like hexagon?
Yeah.
Hexagon shaped.
Yeah.
Because in Doom, they couldn't make it round,
Yeah.
so it was like blocky and
Yep.
shit. So I like how they made the guns in this like that awkward
Yes. I thought
blockiness.
that was cool.
Let's see. Trivia we did. Favorite scenes.
I think we can do final thoughts.
Yeah.
We kind of did.
Close it
a little
out.
bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
What next week is do Extinction next week?
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
Netflix. I haven't heard much of. I haven't heard anything about it other than you told me
I think it's perfect
to watch it.
Perfect
You twisted
for us.
my arm.
Really, I think you'll really enjoy it. There's,
Okay.
I forget how I described it.
I don't remember, but it looked interesting.
Oh yeah, it was like skyline mixed with
like Cloverfield or something.
something like that. I think you'll like it. It's really
Yeah.
good, really good. I really enjoyed it.
I'll
I'm
check it
surprised that the score's so low.
I'll check it out.
I think it's because it's a Netflix original and people don't give it a chance.
I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through and saw it, and I like Michael Pena, and it's got Cloverfield Girl, Mean Girls.
Oh yeah.
I know her name. What is it? Give me a minute.
Is it Zoe? What's her name? I don't remember.
I was just thinking about it too.
Not important. We'll get
But
to that next week.
I always think of Mean Girls, and then you said Cloverfield. I was like, oh yeah, she's in that. Let's see, so yeah, we'll do Extinction, and then figure something else out after that. You got anything you want to plug? I know you got Twitter.
Is that her?
Lizzie Kaplan. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you forget T.J. Miller was in
Yeah.
Cloverfield.
Yep.
See, there's a prime example of who the hell was T.J. Miller when Cloverfield came out.
Yeah.
You don't care. Oh, now he's someone because he was in Deadpool.
Silicon Valley.
Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at InhumanWitch. That's where I post a lot of my stuff. Links to writing and photography and all that dumb bullshit that I do
It's not dumb.
in my free time.
You're creating something.
Try to.
It's never dumb.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith says, in this world, you can be a creator or the other person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Always be a creator.
We're going to do Tusk.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to do like a
Speaking
Kevin
of-
Smith month or something.
At least Tusk.
So I watched Red State recently.
Oh, Red State is so fucking good.
Phenomenal. Really
Michael
love that
Parks.
one. Yes.
Talking about chewing scenery. That's a good example of
That's
it.
all the movie is. It's him just talking, but it's so good. It's so good.
He's so creepy.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
That was a great film. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that one time too.
Jersey Girl.
We've got a lot of films to talk about. We're never running out of material.
I like Jersey Girl.
Oh, you say your Twitter?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. So of course, Indie Gamer Magazine. Find that on Facebook. Find Shop I Like This Facebook, Twitter. Go to the website pantheonnetwork.com. Still working on that. It's got everything up there so far though. Something I want to mention is writersgame.media. They are a startup looking like a pretty big thing. It's about writers. Whether you write comic books, write for video games, you want to write screenplays, books, anything. They're having a huge premiere event in Dublin this year in November, and yours truly and my magazine, Indie Gamer, gets to be put up there on the big screen for everybody to see.
Nice. That's awesome.
Looking excited for that. So we've been teaming up. So check out writersgame.media. Follow them on Facebook, and then website, magazine, and I was going to say something else, but I don't remember. So we will close this out. We'll come back for episode 43, Extinction.
Ooh.
43. God damn. It's flying.
It is, isn't it?
I was just thinking it's been 43 weeks. Because I did a double one for Christmas.
Uh-huh.
We did a twofer, and then we missed last week, so it's been 42 weeks.
Yeah.
And then can't believe it's already been almost a year.
Right?
10 weeks, it'll be a year.
It goes quick, man.
That's fast.
Yeah.
That's fast. We'll have to do something big for a year. Get a couple people down here to do a live show or something.
Sure. That'd be fun.
Figure something out. That's crazy. I was just thinking about that the other day. 42 episodes seems like a lot, but then when you think about it doing it weekly, 42 weeks seems longer.
Uh-huh.
So it's exciting. So we'll do Extinction next week. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to look out for mystery boxes, giveaways, stuff like that. And we'll see you next week. And see ya.
Yeah.